So we're going to move on to some comics before we get into this week's topic. Did you guys get a chance to look at these? Fucking hell. I mean,
Yeah.
Marvel know how to tease stuff to the point where you just want to kill yourself.
Take our teasers.
But they
You get an exclusive. You get an exclusive.
they have really been peppering these out. It's all about this divided we stand status quo, which is going to be the post-Civil War II lay of the land, if you like. And we've had it all this frigging week. We've got divided we stand, big kind of gatefold with two different teams separated by like a fissure in the earth. On one side, we've got Doctor Doom and a load of like
Doctor Doom.
He holding Iron Man's helmet. Weirdly, Iron Man is conspicuous by his absence, and he is joined by a lot of like the old guard of superhero community: Black Panther, Steve Rogers, Thor Odinson, Elektra, Captain Marvel, Jessica Jones, and some fucking weird people. And then you've got the new guard on the other side, who are led up by the new War Machine, Riri Williams, who we talked about last week. And then it's a load of like the kids.
Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen.
Oh, don't. It's not. It's that.
Squirrel Girl.
It's Gwenpool, isn't it?
Oh shit! Yeah, it is.
It's
Fuck,
fucking
I'm wrong.
Gwenpool. I don't know
It's
what's going on
Gwen.
with that.
Something.
We've got Miles Morales, the Amadeus Cho version of Hulk. I think that's Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, Squirrel Girl.
Yes!
Oh, dear. And Doctor Strange being like the only, I guess, old boy in that crew.
Saying Squirrel Girl's not old.
I guess she's probably older than a lot of these characters. Then we've had everyone quitting, whatever. So Miss Marvel, Nova, and Miles Morales quit the Avengers. Fuck knows what Amadeus Cho is quitting. I didn't really know he had a job in the first place. And Cyclops quits. I guess he quits the X-Men.
He quits being a whiny little bitch.
He quit the X-Men ages ago. He fucked off into space with his dad.
He
I don't know.
hasn't rejoined the X-Men. Cyclops hasn't. He's dodging everything at the moment.
He's a little bitch. That's why.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I love him, but still.
So yeah, I don't really know. They've been dropping these teasers again with the ferocity that I just can't keep up with. But there's one of interest to me because it features the original Thor. And I don't know, have you guys been reading Thor?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been reading it?
Female one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's... did you read Secret Wars?
Yeah.
And did you read Thor's?
Mm-hmm.
The Thor thing. No, I didn't read the Thor police thing.
So the Thor police thing was brilliant. It was excellent.
I mean, it was cool. I like the concept. I just never read
It
it.
was so good. But he's really been gone since the end of Secret Wars. He was a kind of background character in Thor prior to Secret Wars, and he was, he was like in Thor's, and he's been gone since then. But he's coming back to kind of prominence, wearing a weird costume that looks a bit like Ultimate Thor's costume. If you know Ultimate Thor.
Yeah.
Ultimate Thor was in Mark Millar's Ultimates. He had like a very mysterious origin. Was he a god? Was he some technological powered person? And we established he was a fucking god. But since then they've like backpedaled a little bit, and the idea that you can have Thor's powers with a suit has been introduced. So maybe this Odinson is wearing a suit that gives him back his powers rather than having to be worthy. He's wielding a weird weapon though.
It's like an axe.
It's an axe, isn't it?
It's an axe, but it's not an axe we've ever seen before.
It's Mjolnir, the axe.
Mjolnir, yeah. We had him wielding an axe when he was young Thor, and that axe was called Jarnbjorn, and it was it was powered up so I think it could kill Celestials. It was a pretty badass axe.
Damn.
And we've got an extra hammer. Since the end of Thor's, the Ultimate Thor's hammer survived Secret Wars like Convergence and landed on Earth. So we've got two Thor hammers knocking around. and I always thought, well, one of them's obviously for the Odinson, but now he's holding something else different. I don't know what the fuck's going on. In all honesty, it's very confusing.
He uses the hammer to pick up the. Wait, he uses the axe to pick up the hammer, and then he's got an axe hammer.
Maybe, but the ultimate Mjolnir was kind of an axe hammer anyway. It had like a
is that the
axe
one
on
with
one
like
side and a hammer on the other? But this is just like a straight up axe. So whether
it can transform.
Maybe he's just a fireman now.
I am the god of thunder.
I don't really know. But it's interesting just because we get to see Thor again. And hopefully he'll come back into Jason Aaron's run. I think it's about time we saw a bit more of him. I love Jane Foster as Thor, but I want Odinson to be a part of that story still.
Well, we had an issue last month which sort of covered a bit of the Odinson and what's happened in the interim.
We got like the flashback stuff, didn't we?
It was a really strange issue because there was nothing of Jane whatsoever, and then all of a sudden she's back again. Because I figured we'd just moved on to the next arc and we were going to look at a bit of the backstory, and then no, back to Jane.
It was because, Alex, unfortunately, some artists can't do a monthly schedule, and instead of Marvel just slowing down the schedule, they want to put a book out so people will buy it, and so they did this weird double flashback issue that was kind of strange and kind of unnecessary, and we all just kind of have to forget that it existed, to be honest, and move on with our lives. But interesting anyway. What do you think of the divided we stand idea, like, in general?
Yeah, they're saying that there's going to be changes at the end of Civil War, so fair enough.
Yeah.
If you tell me that, then I'll believe you. But I'd rather you showed me. I don't really want the teasers for it.
No.
I want it to happen and then be shocked myself. I don't want to be looking at this image. I mean, this image as well seems to be this division seems very much just to be an age line, and if you're above a certain age, you stand one side, and below you stand the other side, and it seems quite a peculiar line to fall on.
I guess they Brexited the Avengers.
Yeah. But actually, that's probably the only thing I find interesting about it, is that at the end of Civil War, there was a divide, and it was a moral divide of, whether you believed in the Registration Act or not. And that carried on for a year or so. And this generational divide, I find it quite interesting, because it's like the jaded superheroes who've seen it, done it, they've got the experience, but maybe that's taken something away from their ability to think outside the box, see possible solutions, whatever. They haven't got that childlike innocence and view of the world. So something is going to create this divide that, for some reason, has gone along a generational line. And I find that idea quite interesting, and something that Marvel haven't done as well as DC in the past is have the second generation of superheroes coming in. DC's had loads of different people have the mantle of that character. Marvel started doing it more and more recently with Falcon Cap, and Lady Thor, and all these different little swaps. But the idea that there's this up and coming generation who don't think the same way as the old people, which is very much something that's mirrored in society a lot of the time, and you can see by the way we voted in Brexit, and how there's a generation who wanted in and a generation who wanted out. I find that concept quite interesting. Whether it will be interesting is another question entirely, but I think it's got some potential. Who knows where Iron Man is? Who knows why people are lining up behind Doctor Doom? And who knows why War Machine is such a prominent character in the teasers? But
you'd line up behind Doom. He's so ridiculously good looking now, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Maybe it's the handsomeness. They're all just dazzled by his Hollywood good looks.
Yeah.
Oh, Squirrel Girl, throws squirrels at him, fucks up his face. He has to wear the Iron Man mask.
That's a bit dark for Squirrel Girl. She'd probably just
He
go for a
sent an
picnic
army
or
of squirrels
something.
at Wolverine. That's terrifying for anyone.